the Devil. A game where you think it's, a harsh, sad, dark, murder mystery type thing, but it's really about taking care of your cute daughter. The game may or may not exist. You'll have to use your imagination when playing this one. Apparently, why is it not here? Hit the button. Work. Oh. It seems your imagination has pulled through for you. Good work. I'm glad. Imagination does crazy things, I tell you. So now you can imagine exactly what game I'm playing. Alright, so last time we stuck our hand into a girl's mouth and now she's our child. So, yeah, let's hope it continues going absolutely well. And not bad at all. Yeah. What were we actually doing? I, forgotten just a tad bit of it. Okay, yes, pull up Hank. So what we were doing, because that girl is now our daughter, and her father is dead, she has now tasked us to solve the murder, right? If we remember, we were plotting all these different little points here on the line, and we were seeing how they all linked back to one another. Right now, there's nothing too robust or, interlocking. But I assume once we get more into it, it'll be like this here, this there, this there. There'll be more lines here than lines of dialogue. That's how I assume it would go. So we'll see if we can get anything here a bit later. Make this one big. I know I need to do that. Hi, Leo. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, so let us solve the mystery for our daughter now, shall we? But first, I guess we kind of need to get approval. There's all these cops around, and they don't quite like us yet. Are you sure about this? You have questions too, don't you? Right now, I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are. We have really gone into this role, haven't we? Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching. Hi, daughter. You are a cute one. Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards? What's that? All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Was father also working under such poor conditions? They don't have asthma. Then why are they all carrying inhalers? That's a good question. Why are they? If they don't have that, then what? Okay, tell us. The stimulants, we wanted to use drugs in the corporate world. As a class 2 stimulant of least concern, I'm glad least concern is class 2. I matched you a van. My God. Hi, Alfario. Come in. Forgot you changed into that. Anyway, what are we actually doing? Without a prescription? Beneficial to their work performance. It's dispensed through that. Automatically detect overdoses? Oh, okay. So it's just a stimulant that helps work, I guess. Instead of, coffee, they take inhalers. Which is curious. Yes, ma'am. She's, right over there. Oh. Oh, it's her. So we remember from last time. We can hack this a point. I'm sure it'll be useful later. As we remember from last time, this one girl is the girl that we absolutely despise and that we kind of wish to kill. So, yeah, nothing special about that. I asked, no. I mean, you're No. I don't even remember your voice. It was all kind of like I think that people these days would most readily equate that voice to like the nerd emoji. I'm sure you guys know the nerd emoji, you know? So I need to go like, yeah, it's like that. Oh, it's you. Oh, she's here too. What was your voice? Repeats girl love. Yeah. Who is she? They're girls. Oh, great. You put 5 girls in one place and ask me to voice act them, I'm gonna have a troubled time. What even was your voice? I don't even remember. Okay, when in doubt, make one up. Maybe I need to go back to paint here. I can just draw a little purse in the corner. Just, you know, just kind of like this. And just, they're all kind of balled up. It's kind of like me. Just, hell, just a little cry for help. Here, I can make like an actual corner behind them. Yeah. Good luck, Mary. Great. No. Oh my goodness, did you just figure that out? What was your vote? Oh yeah, you're the mean one. Okay. Oh, it's you. Did I mess up? On the contrary. Which one's Meg? Which one is that one? Because the other one is Meg. We had Meg before, didn't we? The corner will get ever wider. Meg can be a guy, right? Eyes wide. She's a DA. Quiet. Oh, we're just doing these. She succeeded spectacularly in getting Noble's ears perked up. Emma Rockford! Didn't think I'd run into you here. It's like Danganronpa or something. It's more similar to Ace Attorney, I think. It's just, it actually has a good story. Yeah, didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think my presence sends a strong message to the Mags, so... No, wait, what are you doing here? A few minutes later, please. Thank you for skipping that conversation. It was David Asher was hit with a shot put ball. No. Danganronpa is a great story. I didn't say anything about Danganronpa. I see. I'm sorry for your loss. It's so pretty. Just wait until you see the guy. Man, I can't wait for London to get back here. He will so ground me and naked so I don't have to voice 4 girl. Sorry. I should just, suck it up, be a man. Thank you for saying that. And thank you, Detective Reyes, for your many kind words. We can't all be as talkative as you. Normally, quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but you are so genuine in your reading. Bite me. I don't know that there's a need for all that. Very mature, Detective. Main existence thanks to these pretty ladies. My goodness. You have something in voicing women? Well, as a man, it's hard for me. It's hard to differentiate all the voices, If you have less women in a scene, then I can kind of differentiate them a little better. It's like I only have one tone and pitch for women. I'm trying my best here. Just like, first the girls throw it on the wiki. Yeah, throw it on the wiki. Trying my best. Very mature, Detective. Did you come up with that yourself? Oh, no, that's, Kaguya's signature pose. Kaguya? Like Cosmic Princess? Hashtag, but why'd you make that a hashtag? On my lap. R.I.P. Added it. I don't know the wiki next time. Dude, what's a home again? Alright. You can just make a backlog of wiki stuff to add. Be great.
Like the pop star? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'd actually be Cosmic Princess Kaguya.
You can admit it if you do. There's nothing to admit, because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is.
I think we all know that. We all know who that is. Why are we mentioning Kaguya by chance? You add that as a note. Actually, it can be yellow because, you know, pop star.
Yeah.
Just looks bad because it's with a mouse.
Wait, now you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is?
I don't. Who? Tell me. Kaguya's a stage name for a writer known for her powerful voice. Blah, blah, blah. Kaguya's official age is listed. Orbit. My goodness, it is Cosmic Princess Kaguya. You're just a girl. I was like, think of a girl nerd. I honestly, if you think of anything related to a girl when I do one of those voices, thanks. I'm doing my job well. Users also frequently search for Kaguya lore explained, Kaguya iceberg explained, Kaguya lunatropic tour tickets where to buy. Sweet. I'd buy those tickets.
Yeah, well, I just don't know who that is, so... Ma'am. Huh? Weren't you about to say something? Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping plan the services? Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Asher's funeral service. Wouldn't his family want to take care of that?
His next race. Golly. No one good, I tell you. No one good. We don't like this girl. We want to murder her. We will put... she's gonna die later. Just keep that in mind. But for now, she's annoying. Like that red girl race. She is annoying. Let me see if I can put her into like Ace Attorney terms. What's that one dude? Von Karma. Yeah, she's Von Karma.
No. I see. I'm sorry. But if that's the case, why are you here, Morgan?
She does something battle better too. Just wait a bit. Well, we'll see. You'll see.
Ha! Oh gosh, I'm sorry to disrupt your morning. Hey, you're here for the same reason as every other suit they've got calling around. Money. You're not wrong. There are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold.
Hi, Benny. Welcome in. It's too late. It's like 9. I'm sorry it's 9 for you in your time zone. Can't change that.
The honest truth is that I don't even know if David had a will. The company helped him manage his estate. Legal is probably already on it.
This game is like a mix of Danganronpa and spice is something new. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like the spice, though. Spice is good.
Actually, judging by how much coffee that intern is carrying into the elevator, I'm certain they are. Alright, so, if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will... Miss Starling asked me to come here, actually, on a matter unrelated to David's passing. An unrelated matter. That's convenient, isn't it? But now that I'm here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death. And where did you hear that?
What do you mean? Hey, but so you have to. I never heard of it. I could add that to my list, but heavens no, I'm not getting through that list.
Am I mistaken? No, you're right. They concluded that it was suicide. Can always count on her to be blunt.
Probably in a way that's forcefully bad.
Almost Christmas, you say? That must mean it wasn't Christmas.
I agree. Homestuck. Oh, I know Homestuck. Okay. I see. Okay. It has a slim waist. So, have you heard of the word corset before? Because I think that answers your question.
I was worried about that. Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling... Because I am going to have to contest that charge. What? The state has made a charge. I'm arguing against it.
What are you talking about?
The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, detective.
Suicide's a felony in this country! The girl needs the redhead to be smashed.
It is technically a crime to commit suicide, yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial. Especially not for their own murder, Morgan.
Hey, we gotta get a job somewhere, alright? Crimes are lacking in this country. At least crimes that we can deal with.
No, not to trial, of course not. But there would be a preliminary hearing in a case like this.
For those uninformed, what's a preliminary hearing? A court proceeding that evaluates whether there is sufficient evidence to go. Sounds good! Thanks! Add this to our little list. Yeah, you can go here. Why is it Kaguya mentioned? I mean, she's cute and all, but the redhead, she's awesome now. Oh, okay, sure. So does the court need me to channel a spirit? Man, everyone's gonna die.
Technically, as a formality. Assuming the courts aren't busy that day.
The courts are never busy, Emma.
I'm afraid on this occasion, I'm going to have to insist on formality. Yeah, well, you really don't have much to say in the matter, do you? With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney. All the money, and he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney? No. I'm also skeptical, Morgan.
Are you saying everyone's going to die? Dude, we play as a killer, alright? I don't see a world in this game where everyone doesn't die.
It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney. You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I wouldn't have said as much if I had the chance. What do you mean? I only found out that he wanted me to be his attorney today. After he died. Wouldn't you miss the memo? Embarrassing, isn't it? But to be fair, it was hidden pretty well.
Remember, we have a cute little daughter that we are now acting on behalf of. So we're trying to hold that secret pretty close to our chest, you know? Which episode are you on? This is episode 1. Past the prologue, but before episode 2. By the way, that's our cute little daughter. Little cute one. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh my god. It's blushing. That's my daughter. That's my daughter. That's my daughter right there.
No, I didn't know you had an android, Morgan. It's cute. Thanks, but it's actually David's. And it's technically my witness.
Daughter? Oh, yeah, we do.
Witness to what?
Oh, boy. I'm so sorry. The daughter also died. Can I not? I don't want to answer that question.
38 hours ago, that is, David Asher communicated to me, as a matter of record, the following explicit legal intent. That in the case of any and all criminal charges brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan.
Boom. Boom.
Evangeline?
What is this? What? You can't just have one of them. Okay. I hate those things. And I hate that they're immediately going into a comedy segment. You put one of these things in there. Those always mean something, don't get me wrong. But you put one of those and you immediately go into a comedical section. And we remember from last time, those usually mean that we're trying to undermine this into the dirt. Meaning whatever we just saw is probably important. One of those things. The thing that just flashed up on the screen that I didn't get enough time to read fully. Anyway, where's the daughter? No, the daughter's right there. It's fine. Dogs. No.
Wait, this is what? Seriously? Your name's Evangeline? Did your parents name you after a Christmas carol? Should we all be curtsying? It's not that funny. No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Evangeline. Or do your friends call you Angel?
Hey, which one's the daughter? The cute one in the center. With the little cute hair.
I hear Kagi is on tour, detective. Should I get you tickets? You could have your dad drive you like all the other 15-year-old... Hey. Feels like we're getting off topic. Where were we just? I was telling you that David Asher wanted her to be his criminal defense attorney. Imagine my surprise. An android recording a verbal expression of intent that isn't ironclad, Morgan. That's fair. And if we're going to be going before an upper-level court, I would expect that to be open to all kinds of scrutiny. But we're talking about a preliminary hearing. A formality, as you called it. Yes. He asked for representation. He deserves representation. Doesn't matter whether he's dead or alive.
Man, I love lying.
Am I missing something? What difference does it make? Not even an adjutant would be obtuse enough to sentence a dead man. No, there won't be a sentence, but the adjutant will render a verdict. Verdicts do have consequences, even for the deceased. Is that what this is about? What's she getting at? If the court agrees that this was a suicide, that verdict will retroactively affect evaluations of the individual's mental health. Like, whether he's in his right mind or not. You know about the estate tax law, detective? No. But I'm sure you'll be happy to educate me. More than happy. I love educating 15-year-olds. An individual found by court to be not sound of mind can't very well give their consent to the lawyer drawing up their will. If his will is compromised, all of David's considerable assets will suddenly be thrown into legal limbo. In which case, the state would be legally obligated to come in and pick up the pieces. So, this is just about his money. I'm almost disappointed in you, Morgan. Well, when you take into consideration all the factors, it's actually more complicated than that. For example... Never mind.
We're talking about the... Sorry, we just had a mention of money. I just have to, write that down. Actually, it can go in green. Money's always green. Because we're in the green and not in the red. Ha 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 ha, don't ask about my gambling.
We'll settle this case with magic.
If you think hard enough, every person here is magical. Because it's a miracle we've all been born.
No, Starling, you should speak your mind. All I mean to say is that while Dr. Asher did have significant holding in art, real estate, and intellectual property, he also, of course, owned a great deal of stock in numerous corporations, principally Noble. If he was ruled to be not sound of mind, and his shares would end up acquired by the government, Noble would suffer a serious blow in its commercial image and its standing in the financial community.
Morgan used her magic to stay out of prison. Yeah!
Magic. All of which is to say there's a great deal at stake here. Not the least of which is the reputation of a man who I was proud to call my friend.
I love lying!
You're not buying this, are you?
That's a look of somebody who might be buying this.
In case you haven't noticed, the city is working closely with Noble on this, and they're not gonna let you bring him any unwanted attention.
Onlookers. Well, he might have already.
Starling did her part. They're watching, and they're stop trying to hide it. From here on out, it's a gamble.
I love gambling! Yeah! Don't ask about my gambling habits.
Noble Electronics already has unwanted attention. Are you raising your voice? If nothing changes, by the end of the day, the whole country is going to hear how David Asher committed suicide. By midnight, there will be questions about his competency, concerns about why the brain inside every single Noble ad was built by an apparently unstable man. The shareholders will have nothing to do all Sunday but brood over that sad thought and all its disturbing implications. By the time the markets reopen on Monday, I would expect a great deal of volatility.
Volatility as in... Man, guys, we're doing so good. Monday. Yeah.
That's so. I understand Noble's apprehension, of course, Emma. I just feel like right now the financially conservative thing to do would be not to get in my way.
Seems I agree.
So you've got your reasons, and Noble's got a lot to think about. But why should the district attorney's office devote valuable time to playing out this game of yours? Because they're certain they'll win. And that goes without saying.
Passive-aggressive stare down. Bored. Scared.
The court should have an opening at 6 p.m. I didn't have anything planned. Then it's a day.
Don't take me on a date, Emma.
Detective, would you get our clearance set up? Yes, ma'am. Updates every hour, yeah. You're out on a limb, Morgan. Better not linger.
Music cut. Sure, we'll go with music cut, it's fine.
Here. Clearance for all the relevant sites and police firewalls. You can interview and investigate with your authority as an officer at the court now. If you haven't been doing that already. Don't even think about being sloppy with discovery on this. Rockford might think you're funny, but I appreciate the warning, Detective Reyes. It's nice to know you care. I live to serve. And protect. Thanks for the assist, darling. Yeah, no sweat. Are all cops like that? Or are they more like that Detective London gentleman? My goodness, get a room already. There's plenty of them here. Even on an ongoing detective site.
I can't... Can we have like a romance... We could have like the little this. We can have the romance plot. Actually, we can do it like this. Just make it a little heart arrow. Oh, lovely. Isn't that cute? You know, you could just have their romance as a B plot, you know? Come on. Get married already. You call in if you do the crime. It's calling if you don't do the crime. Where does Morgan stand? Morgan's who you call in if you didn't do the crime, but she has some killer hobbies, I tell you. It's kind of like, you know how like boxers, they go like undefeated for ages because they just pad their record with weak wins? That's kind of like Morgan. Like, sure, she's an undefeated champion, but 9 out of 10 fights are just for her to win, you know? Just to pad her record. Doesn't care what the church, she just loves gambling. Exactly. She's a girl with the TikTok brain. She needs the dopamine hits, or else she's going to die. Except it's a little further than TikTok. And goes into gambling all in with the chips. And maybe committing a few murders for pleasure. Most are like her, most are like him. How do I progress this bleed plot? I want them to get married. If I say most are like him, that'll make her think that he's not as unique. Right? So, just say most are like her. And that way, we can get them married. Good luck. Alright, thanks, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. I'll take all the luck I can get. There we go.
They're mostly like that, yes. They're all that intense? Yeah, it comes from being short. And most cops are short? Yeah. Right. Well, I'll see you at the courthouse tonight. If you need anything in the meantime, don't be afraid to ask. Good luck.
But both of you. Hi, my cute little daughter. You're so cute. I'd like to put you on a little pin. You're so cute. You think she's gonna ask Detective London to like a convenience store date?
She's gonna say, hey, Detective London, I need to grab something from the convenience store, but there are so many people outside. Can you come with?
And be like, well, I'll sure escort a pretty lady like you. You know, that sort of thing. Because I'd love for that. Can we do that? Can we have them go on a little convenience store date? Phenomenal.
What do we do now? Well, I have a few options.
Well, like that.
I have access to the crime scene now. Probably the best place to start. I'd like to head over to the company building as well. You get me registered? Among other things. Either David killed himself or he didn't.
Hey, sounds like a 50-50 shot to me. I'd put money on that.
But if he did, it's almost certainly his corporate overlords who are to blame. In which case, I want to take my sweet time raking them over the coals.
Hey, that sounds like a win-win either way. I'd put money on that.
What are you doing? Nothing? What about Father? When can we see him? He'll be at the morgue by now.
Hey, morgue sounds like Morgan.
The medical examiner will speak to me, but now that I'm operating under the court's authority, but if I stopped to flash paperwork at every nurse and security guard with nothing better to do than ask questions, I'll have to... What's that look for? You were Father's friend. Thank you again for reminding me. Aren't there people you'd like to speak with? Other friends who'd want to know? Bad news travels fast.
Sarah was inspired by both Mayafei and Chiaki. Not I mean, that's if it is Chiaki. That's exactly why I love this little cutie. Chiaki's so good. Like, I rarely ever buy merch, but Chiaki. He is a cutie, though. Like, how do I elevate this cutie? Wait. Wait. Let me do this. I know exactly what to do. Just give me just a tad bit of time here. Here we go. Hey, Sarah, you want this? Gonna be so cute with little barriers. This doesn't quite fit. Hold on. We crop it. Let's see. What's a good crop number? Yeah, that'll work perfectly. It's got little bears now.
I don't know, these are tied on my skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to my court knowledge, they'll make you seem about 20% more reliable. Do I have to wear these barriers? Yes, you do. I'd even go as far to say you look a tad bit cute.
My goodness, she does look cute in the bear ears. Perfect.
I'm sure everyone in the country has heard about David by this point. And all that heartbreak did keep me pretty occupied these past 2 weeks. And I never was one to pry. There was someone who could tell me more about David's personal life for the last several months. It'd be worth the effort of finding them. Do you have someone in mind? Maybe someone he met recently. He spoke about becoming close with someone this year. A musician.
Might be a little preemptive on this. The bear ears are transcendental, by the way. Might be a little preemptive. Or maybe we could, like, pull in a point from the past, you know? Just gotta go with that. I'm being a little preemptive, but I've done enough of these to know that there's a chance that it's correct. And hey, I'm a gambling man.
Now that you mention it, there was a pose something that David might have mentioned back when we talked in... I will begin a search. I've completed my search. I found nothing.
So good, man. It's so good. Oh my goodness. I'm like crying right now.
I found nothing. Thanks for the old college try. I never went to college. Is that really the best you can do? Father was a private man, in person and online. Just a few letters and the fact that he was a musician. I'm afraid we don't have enough information to narrow down the results, and I... No, we have plenty of information. We just need the right person for the job. What kind of person is that? A right person? So not a wrong person?
The barriers, quickly. Without her on the screen, they're useless. Time date expunged. Well, that's sad. Who knows when it took place? Precinct 112. Well, that narrows things down. Detainment room 001. Well, that what?
And who would you even have called? Oh, it's the kid! It's the kid!
Oh boy, we need like the whole other chart from before. It goes down from the top and through the roof with the chair. It's the prologue chapter. I just need it so I can write a circle that I can bring all the way over this way. Hold on. You. I just need that. That's all I need.
I don't know, but I still should have got my phone call. Instead, I got you. Who are you again?
Yeah, this does kind of prove my point from before. All those phone segments are just, we need to introduce this character, and we got some time. But, you know, the time we actually need the character is not really when we should introduce them, you know? So, that's what you're for.
My latest guardian, new foster parent. Let me call you Mommy. I've already got one daughter, thank you kindly. Yeah, yo, we might actually get along. So I've got good news and bad news.
Choose the camera. We haven't got those parts finished yet. Good. Maybe they were sleeping on the job. Who knows?
I'm not your guardian. I'm your lawyer. You've been given a lawyer because you're being charged with a felony.
My goodness.
Fascist pig. Skipping school's a felony now? Hacking into a government database has been a felony for a very long time.
There's no remorse behind those eyes. I could still give you bear ears, though. Does that make you look cute? Not really. Besides, I wouldn't want them. Here, I'd rather just do this. You got a beard now, kid. Congrats. I'll do it again. So, you know, get a beard. Or should I call it a beard? Nah, that's your dad joke of the day.
That wasn't me. They have your keystrokes, your IP address, your login times, and the playlist you're listening to.
Put the barriers on Nichika. Alright, well don't mind if I do. Here's Nichika. Yeah, it's a little big. Nichika bear ears. Yeah, just bear with me for just a second. And yeah, they don't look quite as good on her. They look like 10 times cuter on Sarah. Nichika. My goodness. Just bear ears. Maybe I can give him to Morgan.
And why do I have bear ears again? Well, they kind of look cute on you. No, they do not.
Alright, that's fine. Just have all these random images on my hard drive. I keep every single image I use. It's just... I have barriers. There's no remorse behind these eyes.
That was for a homework assignment.
You know, I don't know how they do schools these days, but I don't have homework that's happening that's just hacking into a government database.
Here's what I don't get. You got in, copied the data, could have gone right out. The state wouldn't even know they'd been robbed until they saw their password show up in the black market clearance 2 weeks later.
Why didn't I think of that?
But you didn't get out. You stayed and made changes to their database. You robbed the bank, got clean money, then dragged a can of spray paint behind you all the way home. Why?
Look, I didn't steal anything that wasn't already compromised, and the only data I edited was my own. So if anything, they should be thanking me for correcting their mistakes.
What? Did they get your birthday wrong?
My name.
Name changes are only 2 pages of paperwork. You just need to fill out the form
and get a signature from a parent or guardian. I'm not gonna note this down, but just to know. Signature from parent or guardian. Way on up here. Da-da-da. Perfect. They relate. I could write it, but then I'd have to go like here and then whoop. I mean, I don't feel like doing that right now. I say, having the prologue come in from the top ropes with a chair. So, what's the good news then?
The good news is that I'm your lawyer, not your guardian.
What?
doesn't count as good news. That's just a thing you said.
Don't be so sure. A lawyer's a lot better than a guardian. This is the face of someone trusting. Why do you trust this?
How's that?
Parents, guardians, foster, whatevers, they're all supposed to take care of you because it's the right thing to do. A lawyer's someone who always does what's best for you no matter what, because that's how you get paid. Should have a lot of money from robbing that bank, you know.
And so, how good are you at your job?
Pretty good, apparently. Anyway, yep, help me out here, man. Hello, Moncutter.
It's pronounced core.
I know how it's pronounced.
And don't call me that.
When I met Fran in that police station, I couldn't help but bet I'd landed the jackpot. Valuable asset with a skill set complementary to my own personal and private pursuits. Someone who, after seeing the sweetheart probation deal I managed to land for them, would be more than happy to help me with whatever I need. Whatever I needed it. Always so cold, Fran. Can't I even get a good morning?
No such thing. Nothing good ever happened until the afternoon, when people are actually awake.
What I get instead was a compulsive liar with a horrific sleep schedule and a crippling addiction to poor time management. It's like that one meme that I don't actually have saved on my hard drive, so I'm just gonna draw it instead. You got the guy, right? And he's just sitting there, right? And that's gonna be Morgan, right? And, red hair, right? Or actually, no, that one's gonna be Fran. It's a meme. You guys should know this, right? And then behind them, we have another person, right? And they have a gun, right? And that's gonna be Morgan, right? But behind them, that's the meme. You see, behind them, you have another person, also with a gun, pointed at that person. Oh, and that's gonna be Fran again. Oh my goodness! Don't you love the meme? Can't wait to make a link to that somewhere.
What do you want, Red?
I can't just call you up for fun.
Not if you don't want to get blocked.
I need you to find somebody for me.
Can't do it.
No more candies for you.
I've got homework.
No, you don't. You both know the only time you ever do homework is during the class it's due.
And I've got sports.
No, you don't. You can't tell basketball from a hockey stick.
And I've got a bidding war to win.
You're the one person on Earth bidding on 70-year-old Gucci and Air Jordan. Air Jordans? Sorry. Vintage reps, Fran. It's not copyright infringement. I think you can take your eyes off the action block.
So sorry, but I'm busy, so...
I was hoping we'd get straight to the carrot portion of the routine, but if you insist on doing things from the top...
Uh-huh.
I had an interesting conversation with your parole officer yesterday. Look at somebody who perked right on up. Oh, cute. Not really, you're not a cute boy.
Oh, yeah?
They've been really into the self prefixes lately.
What?
Self-motivation, self-actualization, self-help.
Oh.
And he thinks you could really benefit from it.
You're lying.
He's got all the workbooks ready. Oh boy, look at somebody in the palm of our hand. Clearly your Saturdays are stacked, so I'll make sure your Sundays are full of...
Fine, I get it.
I need you to find a local musician.
Musician?
Knowing this will be electro swing or some other awful last name Powell or Parker.
And That's all you got?
They'll be in David Asher's circles.
Wait, Asher, you're working that?
That should be more than enough for a clever kid like yourself to go on.
Don't go expecting any miracles.
I need this soon. Within the hour, ideally.
Within the... You know, I have other clients. Don't you?
Other clients who actually pay you on time. That's a no. A musician. Find him.
Okay.
What a great and beneficial work call!
Even talking over the phone, you're very animated, Adonai.
What do you mean?
Just that you're very
Hold on. I can't do this right now. I need the bear ears back. It's hard to do anything when you can't concentrate, you know? Perfect. I can focus now.
It's just that you're very expressive when you talk to people.
Of course I'm expressive. If I wasn't, how would anyone know what I'm thinking? By saying it?
I see. I'll keep that in mind as we...
Wait, you actually expect to tag along? Sorry, Essential is Kaito falling out the way. I'm so sorry. I drew a meme here, but I forgot the Kaito drawing out of the window. Here's the window. Here's the Kaito. Usually the meme has a fourth guy. The fourth guy in this one's just Kaito. He's on his way. Perfect. You might wonder how all this relates to the prologue coming in with the chair to relate to here. And then the side B plot where they all fall in love and me crying in the corner. I don't know. Figure that out later. It'll all come together. Just you wait.
Of course, Father was...
Yeah. I know you want to. But why should I let you?
Because I am capable and helpful.
Uh-huh.
She's so cute. I mean it. I can take notes for you. And move heavy objects. And I'll learn to do more.
How?
What is a learning? I will subject every individual we encounter to a basic survey to procure biographical information on them while I gain experience in questioning.
Subjecting them to torture.
I can help, Adonai.
How fast can you fill out forms?
Fast.
Congratulations, you're halfway to being a paralegal. I guess I can bear with you for a while.
Huh? Is that why you gave me bear ears?
You coming?
Right away, Adonai.
The bear ears are trailing behind. Perfect. Yeah, but before we get to that, I just need to, write down a circle there for paperwork. I don't know if that's important or anything, but you can write it down anyway. Anyway, 11:45, July 1st. The Noble Employee Housing Building. The Plantea. We're in the penthouse dining room. Yay! Wow, this one looks pretty nice. Wait, the whole place... Hold on. Hold on just a second. The whole place here, we need that so we can just throw this one back there. Back to the prologue. Not the prologue section. Prologue's up here. The beginning flashback section of this chapter. Because that's where that one is. Pretty quiet elevators, huh? Dining room. My goodness. You could have taken the next one. It's a busy building, detective. Can't hold up everyone else on our account. Anything you'd like to grumble at me before I start? Don't touch anything. I don't care that you're wearing gloves.
I have been to crime scenes before, you know. Long before the police get there in many cases. Look, Rockford has been a not get in your way, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to bend over for you. Do you at least have the autopsy report? No. Are you seriously? I don't. She doesn't? The report should have come in hours ago. It wouldn't take this long unless the cause of death was still...
That feels more direct, so I'm not gonna make a circle about that. I like my circles to be things that link to other things, maybe. Like the chain. This is important, I tell you. That's why I'm circling it.
Then I'd settle for a summary of the preliminary findings. An emergency call was made shortly after 8 p.m. last night by the home security system. Emergency medical service had a VTOL in the air within a minute. They landed on the penthouse's helipad at 8:08. Dr. Asher was sound unconscious with low blood pressure and weak heartbeat. He wasn't breathing.
Oh, it's okay. It'll be even more okay once I give you bear ears. Oh, don't you just love that? Oh, how cute. Oh, you look like a little cutie patootie. Please forget about your father's death. Look at all your bear ears. Oh, your father won't die in vain. Your bear ears are so cute.
In-flight auto triage administered artificial CPR while in transit to Gatesfield Memorial. He was declared dead a few minutes after being taken to the emergency wing. I see. And the cause of death is... being investigated. Make an educated guess. He stopped breathing, so they gave him oxygen. His heart stopped pumping, so they had the machines take over. His brain activity dropped to 0. And there wasn't anything else they could do.
It's okay. Your father was a good man, Sarah. He's alright. In heaven.
Yeah, he died from being investigated.
Exactly.
I know I'm usually on the scene of crimes before murders, but I wasn't investigating this one ahead of time. It was poison, wasn't it?
That's the face of somebody who says yes!
What kind? You don't know, do you?
Oh, look at you. Do you need bear ears too? I can make that work. Perfect. Oh, you a little cutie with your bear ears too. Oh.
Get these barriers off of me. They're stupid.
Okay, fine. That's what I would say if I could do it anyway. Oh, is this what being a proud father is like?
They don't know either. Like I said, ma'am, we don't have the autopsy report yet.
Why are you certain it was poison on night? Couldn't have been like an accidental overdose.
If he had overdosed on a commercial drug, even a pre-med student would have spotted it on the hospital's intake screening. They would have been able to pump his stomach, neutralize his bloodstream, and he would have lived.
Give yourself bear ears. Wouldn't be the first time. Woo! Much as I regret it, I don't have bear ears on hand at the moment. They are currently elsewhere in my estate. But I can do that anyway. I can give myself artificial bear ears. Aren't they so cute? I'm a little bear. Gar. 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 I'm so cute. Anyway, let's talk about somebody's death again.
But he didn't live.
So it must have been something deadly, a compound designed solely to kill.
Little Monokuma. I don't want to be Monokuma. I just want to be a cute little bear. You know, like the cat girls in the anime. Except I'm not a cat. I'm a bear, and also not a girl. So it's like a bear boy. Bear boy.
car.
Fast-acting deadly poison that causes respiratory failure. The list can't be that long. Even just process of elimination. Medical examiner should have identified it by now. Unless... You suspect a designer drug, don't you, detective?
Aww. Put that frown upside down, why don't you? You've got little bear ears on ya.
Why is it you're only quick on the uptake when it suits you? Nothing else makes sense given what we know and what we don't.
But the CDCA decriminalized and cataloged all recreational drugs.
Guess you aren't entirely clueless about politics.
So whatever father overdosed on should have been in the hospital's database.
You need to update your definition. You're confusing designer drugs with recreational drugs.
Designer drugs are something you made. Make them. It's like homemade drugs. Like you can make homemade bread that you don't find at the store. This is a homemade drug you don't find at the store. Or anywhere else. One's more legal than the other, I tell you. But you could still take both of them. As long as you make both of them.
What is the difference?
Recreational drugs are decriminalized and sold through pharmacies after years of testing and mountains of paperwork. While the average designer drug was invented last week in a 19-year-old line cook's bathroom on the other side of the globe.
See, that sounds about right.
Hospitals can't know the proper countermeasures for an overdose of a drug that didn't exist 48 hours ago. I came across makeshift labs all the time when I was in uniform. The equipment's cheap and widely available.
Most designer drugs are illegal in nature. So I guess maybe it's not legal to take. As long as you're doing everything legally, it should be probably fine. I think. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a lawyer. These two are. Actually, you're a detective. You're not even a lawyer. This one is. But don't take her word for it. She's a criminal who hasn't been found out yet, so who knows?
Black market cooks, gray market peddlers, and white-collar lobbyists all chasing each other's tails in a long line to find the next big hit. CDCA didn't change anything. More people die from ODs than ever before. The only difference is, it's their families finding them in the living room and not beat cops finding them on the street corners. Real comforting, I'm sure.
No, don't worry. Find comfort in your bare ears.
If it wasn't you talking, I'd say that was criticism of law enforcement. Not all law enforcement's just a law.
Sounds good to me. Anyway, let's write this down in our little notes. Maybe, I need to, like, color this differently. It can be this one. Yeah. That way it's, like, important specifically to the investigation. We'll go with that. I'm sure we've already had a bunch of things like that, but sure.
Assuming it was a designer drug, that would certainly make things more complicated. For the insurance guys, maybe. For us, whenever he used to do it, he still killed himself.
Oh, don't worry. Think on your bare ears. You need to think harder. Make them bigger. Bare ears are bigger now. They're bigger for a growing girl. So cute. I like the idea that the barriers on her are oversized, because that makes it cuter. I like cute things. I was watching something the other day. I don't even remember what it was, but it was just so cute I couldn't get the little smile off my face. It's so cute! So cute. I'm sure it was some show. If I remember it, I'll be sure to say it, but I don't remember it. I remember it. Kaiji Girl Caramelized. That was the one. that was it. Great show. Great show. Very cute. Very cute. Anyway, let's go back to murder and death.
Or didn't kill himself if you insist. I'm gonna take a look around now. Yeah, sure, make yourself at home.
Wait, no. 2 bare ears. Oh no, this one's suddenly fallen on Morgan. Ah! How horrible. This one can go away now. Bye-bye. Oh, Sarah.
What's that face for?
I thought that there would be an outline.
An outline?
Around where they find father.
Like in the movies?
Like in film.
Connect to the police's network and bring up their ARCS file.
Augmented reality crime scene, I see.
Yeah, let's go and look at AR. Oh no, that barrier doesn't work. Okay, barriers. Anyway, we now have the crime scene in augment. Look at the little outline.
There is an outline. And so this is where he
died at the hospital. This is just where the medics found him.
and it's the sensors and cameras that they were wearing that recreate the basics for this arc.
No. They didn't realize they were walking to a crime scene, but their body cams gathered data all the same.
Where do we start?
You can start by following behind me and trying to be as quiet as possible. Starting to get a feel for when she's pouting even without looking.
Oh, it's so cute though. Off screen, she has bare ears. You know what we can do though? We can give the dead body bare ears. Yeah. Look.
Sarah, this is where we found your father.
My father? Why does he have bare ears?
Because it's cuter that way. It makes his dead body more marketable for the for the higher ups.
But he didn't enjoy bare ears.
It wasn't my choice, Sarah. It's what he's got.
Wait, I can actually give you guys barriers, can't I? Here, take your little bare ears. It's gonna be a running bit for this game. It's a running bit for right now. I'm running with them for as long as I can. They run until they run dry. I too will be like the higher ups. Milk them till it's dead. Let's check it.
It says here that when the medics arrived, he was on the floor, face up.
Does that tell you something?
Huh.
Huh?
It's so cute. She's copying her little mother. She's so cute.
Hey, if you were going to drink a glass of poison, would you be sitting or standing when you did it?
I find it very difficult to speculate on that, a hypothetical scenario.
I'd be sitting, usually. But, you know, I don't drink glasses of poison on the regular, so... I don't know.
The seat by his body is pulled out. He was seated when he lost consciousness. I would expect to find him slumped over on the table.
But he wasn't found slumped over.
No, he wasn't. And if he had been standing when he lost consciousness...
Oh, money! I'm gonna gamble with that later.
I would think he would have fallen forward, or at least collapsed less neatly.
My goodness, the pose that he's doing. Absolute cinema. This calls for bare ears. He gets bare ears. I'm hip with the kids, right? You aren't gonna call me Unk anymore, right?
So what can you conclude from that, Adonai?
Only that I'm missing something.
I'm so cool, aren't I? I can observe. No, we are. No. You can't do this to me. I'm not that old. Maybe. Hey, why is there a chessboard here? Hi, Ink. Welcome in. Now, this is Parents Fun Occasion. I'm doing great. I'm really bearing with it right now, I think.
A chessboard and a data pad with a series of characters on it. E4, C5, knight F3, E6, D4, capture, D4, capture, whatever. This is a game of messages cipher. I don't. I'm not good enough at chess knowledge. Okay, so E4, then C5, knight F3, E6. Yeah, okay. So I'm like trying to map it in my head. Like, is E6 a legal move in case you're wondering? Yes. E6, then D4. You take D4. You take D4. Okay. Have dehydrated these cells browsing hour. I have, but I will do so again. It's good to keep the throat moist for when you're voicing like 5 different girls. I'm so good. Algebraic notation. Was he studying an old game or playing against himself?
Black has checkmate in 40 moves.
Excuse me, what? We're throwing Sarah in here as the best chess bot that's ever existed. What the, huh? Oh, wait, hold on. Sarah's being cute again. She gets the barriers back. Cute girls get the cute barriers.
Wow, a robot that's good at chess. We ought to put you in a museum. But I'll take your word for it.
What do you mean? Do you not play Adonai?
No, especially not against David.
Well, that is to be expected. Anyone who challenged father to a battle of wits would naturally grow tired of losing.
Every game starts the same. Each player has the same pieces, the same moves, the same options. It's a true test of wit, strategy, and forethought.
Thank you for loving active hydration. It's a pain in my worst. People getting dehydration. You are very welcome. I always make sure I am hydrated. I never understand how people get dehydrated for these sorts of things, but maybe that's just my old wisdom coming into play. Please don't call me Unc again.
To me, it always seemed too
Boring?
too fair. The smarter player wins every time.
Stop, you're an awesome guy. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
And that is something you take fault with?
Of course, how's a guy like me supposed to win a game like that?
Great. I'm glad. Let's look at the chair. And that. Wait, get the barriers off the screen. Yeah. The barriers are transcendental. It's weird. We can make a note of that. But I've been so not focused on this. I have the whole timeline. We have the prologue coming with the chair. Of course I have to, make all this stuff. Here, we have this, and here's the chessboard. Here, I'll make it black because chess. I prefer playing black as chess. Okay, I don't even remember what we were talking about with the body. Oh yeah, there was in a weird position for somebody dying of poison.
One chair knocked over, probably where David was sitting, and one chair pulled out. A party of 2. Never cared much for socializing, but he enjoyed hosting. Contradictory guy.
Curious.
Better take a closer look.
Let's see. Read?
Password locked, but already cracked by the police, it seems.
Oh, Raze, why are you here?
All the docs were take home safe, nothing spicy. When was it last used? 7:48 p.m. Still reading narc emails from her only a few minutes before he committed suicide. Morbid.
Morbid? More like more notes.
There's a lot of messages marked priority that breadcrumb their way back to an article.
Oh, hey! I remember this one. The warm android's blood saved soldier's life. I remember that. Because he was a guy who made all these androids, like the warm android, right? Oh my god. The more I think about this, the more I'm realizing I was totally missing some of the arrows in the past one. My goodness. I knew I was missing arrows, right? Because that's just how I normally roll. I can't catch everything. But, you know, the more arrows that we have, the better it is, right? So, even if I can see more, that's good. It opens its own arteries, pumped blood in. The warm android that saved a life. Rebels and warm androids have been proven worthy of the price tag. Military contract for Noble to Pride Armed Forces, because they're looking for that. Oh, you're not logged in the device? Aw, that was scary. Why don't you pop into your user details down below and enable crumbs so you can get the user experience you deserve. Yahoo! Yeah, anyway.
It's an article that I've seen going around. Why would Noble have it marked as priority? Starling said they weren't in any rush to pat each other in the back over it. Even though they'd won themselves a real prize.
Here. Is that you? I don't know, it doesn't matter. You, make another arrow. You know, I keep forgetting I can just go under. Wee. It looks cooler if I go under, right? Under. Bear ears that go under. He said, no, that's... I have a very big beard. It's very bushy.
You know, they won themselves a real prize.
Easy PR or military contract? I guess military contract, yeah.
You now have an excuse. They need to pressure the military into a contract for warm androids.
Get anything with the government and they're gonna pay you handsomely, my goodness.
Can't dismiss the expensive upgrade as unnecessary now that it saved a soldier's life. This time next year, there'll be pink oxidizing fluid being spilt all over the globe.
Good to know. Why do we have that, though, right?
Anyway, you. Rose River Whiskey, 12 years old.
You recognize it?
Sure. He was more than partial to the brand.
You're an avid drinker, I see.
It's a good brand, only a bit overpriced, which is the bargain of a lifetime in David's world.
It appears that the police have already tested its contents. No foreign matter present, was their conclusion.
Where did you get bear ears?
What do you mean? I've always had bear ears.
I'm doing this one. Actually, I could just make it a bottle of whiskey. Who am I kidding?
Whiskey. Huh. Is it possible that the police missed the poison? No. Even if they can't identify the poison, they can detect its presence by comparing samples of the whiskey to the bottle off the store shelf.
So we can eliminate the possibility of the bottle, the whiskey, the poison. There's no poison there, Aren't I good? Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah, you're doing good. Just stay behind me and don't mess anything up. We'll have to find our smoking gun elsewhere.
What about you?
2 cups. 1 empty, knocked over, and 1 mostly empty. These look cheap.
They're little red Solo cups. How cute.
Did his guest bring them?
I've seen them before, in the basement liquor cabinet.
He kept these lying around. I knew he regifted those crystal glasses I got him.
Ark says there's nothing foreign in the upright one, so it can't have been poisoned. Results are inconclusive on the other cup, however. Looks bone dry. Most have been nothing but fumes left at the time this was considered a crime scene. Just not enough there for them to test.
Really? Really? Anyway, I can make a red Solo cup.
Yeah.
That's a red Solo cup. Oh, don't ask questions. Oh, wheel. Bears. Perfect.
Inconclusive could mean... Inconclusive means inconclusive, that's all.
I know you're so cute. I know you're so cute and you're mourning your father's murder. I know everything's cute like that, but I think you'll be A-okay. Don't worry about it, Sarah.
Cheer up and read me the results of the fingerprinting. Father's prints are on both cups, as expected. But there are someone else's on the upright cup, so someone else must have been with him last night. Slow down. All that proves is that someone else touched the cup. Doesn't tell us when they did it. And since we don't know who the prints belong to...
No, cute. Would you someone selling Rod with this game? You just replace Sarah's prints with ones that have bear ears. This is Unity made, right? I would like that. And I think that wouldn't actually be hard to do. Hold on. Just, you know, opening up the game files real quick. Where would it be? Oh, I hate how Unity does it. I've tried to modify Unity assets before. They're horrible. But if you know what you're doing, it might not be too bad. They're all in one file, I tell ya. Ta-da. Yeah. It shouldn't be too bad if you know what you're doing. Sadly, I don't, and maybe I have the will to figure it out. But not right now.
Adonai, why don't we know who the prints belong to? Are the prints flagged as unidentified, or... No, there's space for a name, but the field is black.
Like chess? I play as black in chess.
Huh. Already that late to the action. Detective Reyes.
Oh my goodness, the barriers on Detective Reyes now.
Yeah, and why are the barriers on me now? Can't you give them back to Sarah? The barriers are an important part. It's whoever's the speaker gets the barriers. What is this, a kindergarten? No, this is a crime scene, Detective Reyes. Shut it. There's a second set of prints on the cup. Is there a form you'd like me to sign? Doesn't matter how nicely you ask, sometimes people just can't answer. You should know that very well, Madam Counselor. I was afraid you'd say that. I don't understand, Adonai. What does this mean? It means that whoever those prints belong to has very proactive representation. Those prints belong to a witness, as you guessed. You're more than welcome to their testimony. Also, Morgan just spoke, but the barriers stayed on me. What's going on, man? Sorry, as the teacher, and only fine adult here, I get full speaking privileges. I don't need the speaking bear ears. What, so you have representation too? No, I'm just a defense attorney. But their identity is... The department is being very considerate of the witness's privacy, out of respect for their time and appreciation for their cooperation. Fine, forget the name. That easily? Subpoenas are always an option, but I'm short on time. What'd the witness have to say for themselves, Detective? To paraphrase, they came to see Dr. Asher last night. The two of them talked and they had a drink together. And let me see here. Ugh. The doctor got sick, so they activated the emergency system from the panel and the kitchen. The EMTs came and took both of them to the hospital.
We're writing this down. Also, I think this contradicts something we saw earlier, right about here. But I'll write a little question mark there, just to know. Wait, why does she have bare ears too? The speaking bare ears. In order to speak, she has to have bare ears. It's like the little speaking stick. Once you have the stick, you can you can talk.
Asher's conditions got worse. All the witnesses' vitals were normal.
Why is it that? Oh. I have read that one before. People were like, wow, great book, this one. I read it. I hated it. Their main point in that is that it, kind of tries to represent the human condition. In the terms of it being a good writing, not really. It's not. It really isn't. In terms of it being a good representation, it's a good thought experiment. On anything else, though, it doesn't really matter. I'm not looking for a book for thought experiments. I have plenty of studies I can look at. I don't even think it's that good a thought experiment, though. But, well, it's halfway decent, I suppose. I guess that's fine enough, but, until I get look into it a little more properly, it's not something I'm interested in. So yeah, not that good a book. Interesting part was when they killed Piggy. That was weird. Yeah, I'll go with it. I'm not saying that elevated anything, though. The Crucible's representation of Master Hair was all. Yeah. If you're that interested in writing that, become a philosopher. You don't need to be fiction writer.
Alright. Witness had their vitals taken. There should be a record of their mission at Gatesfield. And that's it. I'm guessing you didn't just take all that on faith. Penumbra's set up in most of the rooms on this floor. Everything the witness told us was corroborated by the building's own surveillance system. So yes, we can guarantee that the witness never put anything in Asher's drink. I'm guessing that I can't have the keys to the penumbra, can I? Not until the witness's lawyers are done reviewing it. Lawyers, plural. I don't have time to trade jobs with the law offices of Johnson, 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 and Johnson. Say, how would I give you their business card? And in return, you can take off these stupid bare ears. That's a deal to me, I say. The law offices of Kochler, Gustav, Prince, and Prince. I was close. No way I'd be getting any client information out of them directly. If all you bloodsuckers want to get together and tear each other apart, text me before you start.
This game good? It is. I'll tell you, it has a story about 10 times better than Lord of the Flies, I'll tell you. So good, I have to tell you, I'll tell you twice. Yes.
I'd like to watch. Yeah. I bet you'd like to watch. But in order to watch, you're gonna need bare ears to get in. Can you just shut up with the bare ear? Wait, what does that even mean? Why do I even need bare ears, Morgan? I don't know, needed a moment to think. So, that was it. One chat, one peek at the cams, and you already eliminated them as a suspect. Luck. They were searched. They didn't have any boys and any drugs, not even a stick of gum.
What did they have? I like having better story than Lord of the Flies in the Heart, but whatever. I mean, low bar, right? Low bar. That's why I had to say 10 times, because I don't exaggerate. Okay, that's a lie. I do exaggerate, but right now I'm not. It had barriers. My goodness. Detective Reyes, I didn't know you were the criminal this entire time. I am not a criminal. You exaggerate. Right now, I'm not on the 10 times. I'm not exaggerating right now. I know I'm like super cool and the best ever. Can't they all have barriers? There aren't that many barriers to go around. I say, knowing full well I could totally give every person here bare ears. Here you go, Morgan. Take your bare ears. Nah, we don't need those, though. We have to ration bare ears.
Yeah, go ahead and ration the barriers. Here, Sarah, it's your turn next. Go on, take the barriers. Just go on. Wow, I get the barriers next? How thoughtful, Detective Reyes. Yeah, don't think much of it, okay? I know I'm literally the heartbreak killer, but this is still more painful. They have to ration their barriers. It feels like I'm in daycare again.
Everyone deserves a barrier. Barriers for you! Barriers for you! We all get barriers! Even Kaito falling out of the window is gonna get bare ears. Look at you, man. Look at you with your little barriers. Come on, Kaito. I believe in you. Anyway, what did they have and not stick of gum? Anyway.
You know, they did somehow have poison on them. The camera footage...
Wait, hold on. I can't just have that. Transcendental barriers. There we go.
The camera footage confirms they have no opportunity to use it. They drank from the same bottle as a dead man. As far as the department's concerned, they were nearly the second victim. But they aren't dead or even ill from the sounds of things. So you think he poisoned his own cup beforehand, then poured the both of them from the same bottle?
The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is wear barriers. Kaito is totally the type of guy to have that little poster up with the cat holding onto the branch that says, "You can do it. Never give up." It's totally what he's doing. And I think he hangs his barriers on the same little nail that he hangs the poster on. Just hang in there. The hang in there poster. Don't point the cat in the picture. Come on now. Come on, Kaito, hang in there. I believe in you.
Hang in there? Not funny, Kaito.
Oh. Oh, no. Maybe everything would have been better if everyone had barriers. I'm sure Monokuma would have loved that.
That's what the evidence is telling us. There's nothing in the bottle or the witness's cup.
Curious notes. Write it down. Write it down.
Whoop.
Perfect.
And after drinking from his cup, a cup he prepared himself, he fell ill and the witness didn't.
Tsumugi barriers. Check the notes. Check the notes. Tsumugi. Hold on. I've got my notes just over here. Ah. Yeah, I'm back. My notes. Tsumugi barrier. Tsumugi was never the ultimate traitor. She was just the one with the bare ears.
Dr. Asher died from a foreign substance in his body. Wait, if the barriers are that cool, maybe I could try them again.
Sure. Sarah, give him up. Why don't you?
Okay. Here you go, Detective Reyes. Wow, I feel exactly the same as before. I don't like these things anymore. Then why did you ask for them, Reyes?
Just a feeling I had, alright?
An unidentified foreign substance.
Suicide by poison. I get that you were close, and simple explanations aren't all that satisfying. But that's life. One last thing, you just said he prepared his cup himself. Did you see that on camera? He left the parlor to get the drinks and came back with his already poured. The witness says he got them from the basement. The witness says that, not the cameras. There's no cams in the lab or the basement.
That seems like a security hazard. Why would Noble not set things up more carefully?
It's intentional. If cams of his lab ever got hacked, outsiders could steal his IP and kick Noble's monopoly to the curb. Right, David did complain about Noble's weird protocols about combating corporate espionage.
At least we can take comfort knowing that Father wasn't alone when he died.
Yeah, that's worth investigating.
That's fine, I'm sure. What did I not investigate? The cup. Yeah. The characters are always cute, except for my kind of, yeah. The pouts are incredibly cute. They are up there in the list of the top cute things. Moe sleeves are also incredibly cute. I mean, that's literally in their name.
Spilled alcohol. The arc showed how it looked last night before it evaporated. No foreign substances in the puddle. It's clean. So, does that mean wherever this spill came from must have been clean as well?
Maybe. Have I, looked outside the window yet?
I always admired this view. The buildings gleam with reflections of holograms and sunlight, and their shadows obscure all the rundown, rotting parts of town. Maybe the view is secondary. Maybe all anyone really wants is to gamble as much as they humanly can. I mean, sorry. My pastimes get the better of me sometimes. Pastimes like murder and putting barriers on cute, innocent children. Before I murder them. Anyway. The higher up, big shots just try to distance themselves from street level as much as they possibly can. It's a sight for sore eyes and sore bears.
Is it possible that a witness could have seen something through these windows?
Not through these windows, no. David installed wide spectrum auto tint in his home, all his homes, all his cars.
I didn't know that.
Well, you wouldn't notice unless you were viewing the penthouse for more than...
Why did he care so much about his windows?
Because he didn't like Mac, that's why.
Let's observe this guard.
Police androids monitoring the scene. Could almost mistake them for the real thing. The way they stand there trying to look important.
Huh.
Is this my brother? Pick the barriers of comfort, why don't you?
Like an indoor dog taking its first trip to the park.
Pardon?
Why are you looking at it like you've never seen an android before?
Because I haven't, in person.
David didn't even let you have a mirror? Brutal.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not killing Sarah. Just scan its GIN if you're that curious. Unless that's considered too forward or whatever. Seems like that's everything that's critical in this side of the room, which leaves the kitchen. You said there's camera footage of the dining room showing David and his guest. What about in here?
Only camera in the kitchen is the one mounted on the call terminal.
The console took a snap image when the witness ran into contact emergency systems. May I see it? Not unless you scrape the witness's face off the pic first. Don't tempt me. I'm willing to scrape it and put barriers on him. In And that is the murder type. Let's go here. Next to the knives. Ooh, gotta love some knives. The knives are... Do I have a knife image, by the way? I do have a knife image. Well, look at me go. Oh. Guys, I have a knife to my throat. What do? I don't know what to do. Maybe there's a WikiHow article on this. Maybe I can fix this. WikiHow. Hold on, give me a second. Knife to throat. How to soothe an itchy throat knife. Sharpen a knife. Get it. And become good at knife fighting. There's quite a few WikiHow articles on this, huh? Well, on everything but what to do when there's a knife to the throat, and that's kind of what's in. How to tell if a cat has a sore throat? Maybe this will help me in my endeavor. I mean, Sarah's basically like a cat, right? Recognize the symptoms. Notice the change in the cat's meow. Okay.
Meow.
It seems pretty normal to me. None of your cat's eating behavior. Sarah, have you eaten?
I haven't eaten for a while, no.
That's not a good sign. Listen for any coughing. Sarah, cough!
Ahem.
It's coughing. Notice any drooling. Sarah, are you drooling?
What?
Sarah, is there a reason it's sore?
Maybe.
Bear. If I just type in bear, what comes up? Teddy bear? How to draw your own teddy bear? They're all teddy bears. What if there's an extra? How to complete all of Black Bear's quests and Bee Swarm Simulator? Every Care Bear. Sarah, I care for you. Care Bears. Why are there so many? These aren't even bears. The original 10 more. Why are there so many Care Bears? What the? What? The I Care Bear. Sarah, do you care?
What? I cared about my father a lot.
Then we might need an Oopsie Bear.
An Oopsie Bear?
Yeah. A bear to help your father with this oopsie. Changing this back to bear ears. Oh my goodness. Okay. Messy workspaces, but a pristine kitchen. David was a good cook, but only for others. Care Bear? You need to be the Care Bear. I am a Care Bear, I tell you. I Care Bear.
What type of Care Bear am I?
You're, you can be the, thanks a lot, Bear.
Thanks a lot?
Yeah, 'cause I tell you, thanks a lot for having me in this situation.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Unless he had a guest, he'd happily eat instant ramen and protein bars for all 3 meals, or 2, or 1.
Man, now I'm hungry for some instant ramen. Ugh. Gonna have something else, though. It's fine, I can have 5 meals, that'll work.
No signs of food prep to be found, not so much as a cheese board. So whoever this guest was, they must have shown up unannounced.
Curious. Let's look at the door. I guess that's a fridge. Never mind. What?
David's fridge. Normally I wouldn't go poking in the pantry at a crime scene, but this was a poisoning. Some white wines chilling in the drawer. Some real cheap liquor stuffed in the icebox. Old habits. Reyes, you said he left the parlor and came back with that whiskey from the basement?
Huh? That's what the cams show, yeah.
There's plenty to drink right here. Unlike the cabinet downstairs, it's actually cold. Must have wanted Rose River in particular.
Write that down. We'd like the fridge. This is a fridge, right? And we can link that back to here. Perfect. My hand's dying on me, I tell you. My age, I tell you. Sarah's back! Bear ears. On a scale from 1 to 10, how cute is Sarah right now? I'd give it a solid 9.
What's that look for? You hungry?
I am an android. I do not get hungry. Are you being sarcastic?
12. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. Good answer. Good answer. 30-10, but the Bears give her 2 extra points. Good answer. Good answer.
Only mostly. I thought you said we required organic nourishment.
I do ingest organic substances, but that doesn't mean that I experience hunger as you do.
She's so... Look at her.
So when you don't ingest organic substances for a long time, you...
Huh. I become tired.
What a great feature.
And when I'm done digesting, I
don't need to know.
Oh, great, Sarah. Tell me all about your pooping habits. Aw. She was so excited to tell it. Let me check here. Sarah Puddle.
Hey, Morgan.
What is it?
I made an oopsie.
An oopsie where? Oh my goodness, it's all over you and it's all over the floor. Oh, no. This is a crime scene, Sarah. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, no.
So since I made an oopsie, does that mean I'm more like my father?
No, Sarah, not at all.
My father was the oopsie bear, though.
Yeah. That's not what we mean by that, Sarah.
Hi, Umbreon lover. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's up, the bear ears? The makers of Yumiko Puddle. Understand time when you start streaming. Let's see. I don't know your local time zone, but I've been streaming for about an hour 40. So that I usually try for within that hour. So I was a little late this time. So do the math. I believe in you.
That's where the emergency call was made. What time did the call go out? 8:04 p.m.
Before you ask,
the witness left the parlor at 8:03. Why are the bear ears back on? No, held. Why are they here? Why are the bear ears? No. Well, you have to speak somehow, Reyes. I thought we made a deal. That was then, and this is now, Reyes.
Sinner's Gate. Welcome in. It's not how time zones work. Are you telling me time doesn't flow the same throughout the world. This B-plot of Ray's hating the barriers. I do too. Great B-plot, I tell you. The B stands for bear. Yes. Alright. News to me, I tell you. I thought time was like always the same.
Not enough time for them to alter the scene. I wasn't going to ask that. Well, I'm going to ask you to alter your fashion choices and get these barriers over. When did the medics arrive? 8:08 p.m., remember? Your memory isn't that good, though, apparently. Nor is your listening, I suppose. Here. Maybe these'll help. Oh, why thanks, Reyes. How thoughtful of you. I hear you loud and clear now.
Gonna be 9 on one side of the world and day on the other. Time still flows this. I think you guys are confusing. Yeah. The time's different, but the flow of time's the same. Uh-huh. That's why I had to do it via the flow of time. Mm-hmm.
That's one response time for a penthouse. Private EMS came by here. Yeah, they landed on the VTOL pad you saw outside. Took him to Gatesville. The very best, if you can afford it. Looking around here, seems like he could afford a lot.
Second is a second. Uh-huh.
Exactly. He got his insurance through his employer, just like most people. Gotta say it's whatever's executive plan 5 or whatever. It's not like most people, counselor. He had executive level. My goodness, it looks like those bear ears aren't doing you any favors. Alright then, you can have him back. Morgan, aren't you going to get the hint? What? I thought you liked the bear ears. When did I say I liked them? Well, at about the same time you said you liked Kaguya, was it? What is Kaguya? Oh, if you don't even know what a Kaguya is, then maybe you need to listen a little better. Luckily, you have bear ears for that. Shut it, Morgan. He had executive level. Not like most people at all.
Great. Well, I suppose the next thing to do would be to... Adam Go was nice dropping in. Well, thank you for dropping in, Umbreon Lover. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Getting all lightheaded from all the barrier talk. I keep forgetting to remove the barrier. Get out of here.
Get out of here, bear ears. But she throws him in the trash. Like, bear ears, go away. Aw, those beer ears cost a pretty penny, you know. They couldn't have been that expensive, not for someone like you. You can't just throw them away, Detective Reyes. This is a crime scene, you know. What if there was a piece of evidence in the trash? Well, you didn't hear it from me. Well, yeah. I sure didn't hear a thing, I didn't.
I knew because this stream I clicked on. It is fate, I tell you. Fate is telling you to be here, Nu. Well, welcome in anyway.
3 unwashed dishes and a single glass. Reyes, these dishes haven't been scanned for prints yet. And I just assumed you might want to do your job. My goodness. At least it's not barriers. Yeah, there are prints. Most match the victim.
Is this being nuked as we speak? My goodness. That's probably not that good.
Let's match the victim. There's also... Huh. Hey! Don't sneak up on me like that. What? I was just trying to give you some extra bear ears. I already threw the bear ears away. What is it with your fascination? I thought we were done with this. Well, you don't seem to listen that well. I never said we were done. All I did was walk over to you.
You knocked over the salt, Adonai.
I was focused on the task at hand. I had to go see. Oh, okay. See you, noob. Thanks for stopping by. I was focused on the task at hand. Now I'm focused on the barriers on my head. Get these out of here. Ugh. Come on. Oh boy. Didn't realize tunnel vision was a selling point on your mod.
Adonai, the salt.
As I was saying, the witness's prints are on that glass. That glass in the sink. They were drinking from cups in the parlor. Didn't you see a glass on camera? No. So when did they touch this glass?
You need to toss it over your shoulder. Adonai, maybe you need some bear ears. They'll help you hear better.
Witness must have thought about giving the guy some water. But he wouldn't have just choked on it if they had tried. What? You think this glass was the murder weapon?
It's bad luck, Adonai. Here, let me just get it ready for you, Adonai. You'll hear me next time, I'm sure. Yeah, just... Wow, she's not even noticing me. She's got some serious tunnel vision.
Whacked him on the back of the head so fast it went between video frames. That's genius. You should go through the footage frame by frame to prove your theory. Mature.
It's bad luck.
But if you can go on about the salt...
Oh, hey, you heard me. Bear ears work wonders.
Shouldn't a machine be above petty superstition?
It's not superstition. It's an ancient wisdom.
Give me one logical reason to care, then.
If too much salt spills into your food, it'll make you gag.
Uh-huh. I think that's important. Here we go. Ta-da. Make you gag? He did have respiratory failure. Maybe it's on me for setting the bar too low there.
You've now had the chance to survey the crime scene.
Yeah.
So, do you think you know what happened?
Detective, is the body still at the hospital morgue? Yeah, he's at Gatesfield. Along with 100 mobile megs who've all called dibs. Then I'll just have to cut in line. Sarah, give me a ride to Gatesfield Memorial.
Huh?
What? You can do that, can't you?
I can.
It was really bad luck that Asher died because the witness was Nagito Komeda. Nagito was so lucky, man. No, not at all. You can write that down, but I don't think it would be.
But I need your payment information to get started.
See, isn't that exactly why you don't want barriers on me? That way I don't hear you talk about your payment details. Yeah, Raze, I get it now. I get it.
It swings between really good luck and really bad luck. When did he have really bad luck? Because a lot of the times I can think of, his luck was absolutely super.
Yeah, okay. Understood. On my way down. Got it.
Sync complete.
Set pickup for 10 minutes should be plenty.
The crowd down there seems to have gotten quite large. 10 minutes to reach the pickup spot may be an ambitious target, Adonai.
How bad can it be?
This is called foreshadowing for exactly like right now.
As I approach the lobby's exit, the building's soundproofing begins to fail. The crowd has gotten bigger, but there's something else happening out there. The energy is not panicked yet, and it's creeping up to the tipping point. Are this many people angry at Noble for selling androids? What's got them all so excited?
Adonai, what does that symbol mean?
In this rabble, probably something vulgar. Which one?
The heart with the bullet hole.
And with the steel chair comes in the prologue. My goodness. Just like big circle the entire thing. Oh boy. This free time Mitchell's having cancer dementia while being a high school student. Did he recover? Like what? My goodness, the heartbreak killer.
I don't know, it's probably nothing.
Based on nut associations, it appears to be a symbol for the heartbreak killer.
That doesn't make any sense.
Scene incoming. Oh no, I'm scared. It's the icon for the game. My goodness, it is. I didn't think it'd be this important. My goodness.
Why would a freak have a symbol? Or a following, or whatever these people are? And why would they be outside David Asher's apartment?
Because the Noble's trying to cover up the truth.
They
are?
I'm covering her up. I'm gonna have to move these barriers. Sarah's more important.
Those Megs in there are scrambling to shred every document they can. We need to stick together, form a perimeter, and then try to catch them when they go to dump the scraps.
Sarah?
What are you hoping to find?
Proof that Asher was killed for trying to blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle on heartbreak?
Noble don't want the world to know that the A-16 is cinnamon homicidal.
You think that heartbreak is an android?
You think whoever did all that was human?
Huh?
Noble's advanced prototype went amok and started killing.
Started killing random people. Don't blame a lamb. It only looks random. There's a clear pattern, as long as you're smart enough to see past the lies. Oh, okay.
We need like anti-barriers for this scene. Do I have anything that would work as anti-barriers? Wait, I might actually. Where would... There's so many things I don't even know. What? Nope, I got nothing. Oh well. Not unless you went in like Mario or something. I got Mario. He's there.
And how does one see past these lies?
Stop engaging. Smart kid, she gets it. She's asking the right questions.
What are you talking about?
No way these victims weren't related. It's gotta be deniable ops.
What in the world's a deniable ops? Fictional designation for covert actions whose existence are plausible deniable. Okay. Sure.
They must all have been in DO together before getting their records bleached. Then as soon as they've outlived their usefulness.
What are you, nuts? Everyone knows that the first 6 HK who were the 6 prototypes that came before. Alarm android so perfect no one could tell the diff. A bullet to the heart's the only way he could kill those over-engineered freaks.
Everyone's got a horrible opinion.
I see.
Stop seeing, start moving. These people are insane. Why don't you eat some more corn slop? You think you can be the cyberpunk without ever thinking for yourself? You think it's a coincidence victim number 6 was working on hardcore crops? They're putting something in the food!
What is it, Soylent Green?
See, those people, a heartbreak. This is...
An embarrassment. What am I paying taxes for? The state can't shut this down.
What about you, Adonai? What do you think about this heartbreak figure?
They're just a murderer. Should be caught and sentenced like any other murder.
But they must have some reason for doing such terrible things. Aren't you curious?
Why? Are some reasons for committing murder better than others?
They might have experienced trauma or abuse. They might have...
Millions of people experience trauma and abuse every day. Millions. And there's only one heartbreak.
So you think that they were just born that way?
That's my guess.
That's
Unsatisfying.
sad.
I don't see why it would be.
If heartbreak was born like that, then they never had a chance to be anything else.
If heartbreak was born like that, then none of us normal people would ever have to worry about turning out like them.
If that kind of predestination, it means they never have to take responsibility for what they are.
The state can make them take responsibility as soon as they catch them.
You make it sound so trivial. They're a very dangerous serial killer.
Just a serial killer.
Just?
HK shot someone every day. It would take them 1,132 years and about 11 months.
In order to have killed
413,789 people.
You did that in your head?
I'm good at mental math.
You counted the leap years. But what is the significance of that number?
Yes, within 18 months of the Blake Fort industrial disaster.
What's a Blake Fort industrial disaster? What? Going to very... Encountered an...
Huh?
Oh. Oh no. Ooh, we need to make a big point of this. Ooh, it's big. You don't do this without it being big. I know that full well. I know. Big accident, very big accident.
Times that number by 2 for the entries. Tack on another 183% for the birth defects.
Is that a time chart? Yeah, it's for all the plot points there. All the arrows are the points that link back to others, at least the ones that I've caught. And up here is the prologue coming in from the top rope with the steel chair, just to add in a few more points. And over here is the Jess London plotline. It's doing nothing. Sad, isn't it?
413,000 dead, and there wasn't anything evil about it.
Say not even reading the profiles and evidence. I say that.
Just human error, some shoddy welding, and time.
That was scary.
So you think that heartbreak is nothing by comparison?
Scary.
Perhaps that is the problem then. If they're nothing, if they represent nothing, then they can stand for whatever the crowd wants them to.
Annoyance. Please make way. Officials are coming through. Please disperse.
Keep walking, pigs!
Fascists!
Noble owns the cops!
Oh, hey, it's London. Welcome back, London and everyone else.
Only the cops they build in their factories.
Very funny. Why are we tolerating this?
You want me to wade into the crowd with a nightstick? Prove 'em wrong.
You know what I mean.
We're the only people in the city trying to do some good. And they all just...
That's just part of our job, detective. No offense, ma'am, but wearing a police badge earns you a little more hate than... Do they give prosecutors badges?
I do have an ID for the parking garage. Does that count?
The killer was also leaving barriers at the scene of the crime. How curious. Bear ears, you say? If only any of these people would listen. They need an extra pair of ears on the top of their heads. We're making... This sounds so not hot. You look at this and tell me that's hot. I mean, she's even chubby. I mean, to each their own, I guess, but I don't think that's her character.
Vince, you ever hesitate to wear it in the open?
Look at these guys over there. Hold on. This is like a whole scene. Hold on, just give me a second. Yeah, I mean, look at all of these people. Sorry, I do that for thumbnails. Tell me to fix our stocking. I say thank you. I could tell you to get some help, and what would you say? Nothing but my... I would definitely tell you to get some help.
This moral relativism of yours seems like a strange philosophy for someone in your profession, Adonai.
Breaking out the thesaurus on me? I'm only being realistic and humble. I'm just one woman, Sarah. Whatever I do, right or wrong, it's less than a % rounding error in the grand scheme of things.
Coward! I don't know about that one. Sarah looks like a bug when you lift up a rock. That's my girl. You're blind from episode 1. I got my eyes and ears open. Can't you tell?
Do you tell that to your clients?
No, but they come to appreciate it when I win.
I don't mean cops in particular. The same deal applies to anyone who works for the state. The terms are stark, but the ink dried a long time ago, and we all agreed to them.
I don't recall voting for it.
Well, not voting is how these things come to pass, so... We traded freedom for safety, individual rights for collective power. The state won and citizens lost. Very least we can do is take their criticisms head on.
Look, I don't have a problem with the responsibilities of authority.
Only with authority being challenged.
But they treat us like we're the bad guys.
There's a lot going on in this scene. It's gonna be real hard to parse.
Well, sometimes we are. Sometimes the law is wrong. So if any individual is too small to ever affect change...
So if the public's gonna hate us no matter what we do...
And if corporations and governments will trample over people all the same, regardless of their character...
And if we can't even be sure we're doing the right thing...
What do you do, Adonai?
What do we do? I think that's pretty simple.
It's not as complicated as you think.
In times like these,
In a world like this,
the only logical way to live is...
the only moral way to act is...
do whatever it takes to win.
I'm scared. I can just... You know what? I can just get out of here, can't I? Yep. Bye! My goodness, it's a whole thing going on here.
If I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I can do my worst and no one will notice.
And if power is inherently evil, holding back won't save your soul.
Just fight with both barrels
And trust the opposition do the same.
You still say it, but it's not 100%.
Winner takes all.
I'm a little scared, but sure. Right, this one goes down next to that one. But it's not gonna be blue, it's gonna be red. Yay! Anyway, where are we now? Yes, we're at the Gatesfield Memorial Hospital. My favorite place to be.
Thank you, you're a lifesaver. The next time that bridezilla texts you, just turn your phone off. Chatty guy must have been due to go on break. When he tried and failed to find the witness's medical record, his datapad had the name blacked out. But I did see that they have Cataceus Executive 3. More expensive than David's, which means they most likely...
How did you do that?
You're so cute.
You need to hold the button to get the doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing.
I didn't actually know that. I usually hold them, but I thought mashing was fine too. I usually just hold them because I like being courteous to the buttons. Have I been doing it wrong this whole time? Well, right, but in a wrong manner.
That is not what I meant. There are many others who arrived before us. How did you get us down here so quickly?
Well, I didn't do anything. It was the nurse who escorted us.
Yeah, but you managed to get a stranger like him to help you with so few words, so little information. I don't think you even gave him your name.
Haven't you heard of the golden rule?
Oh my goodness, she's so cute. Hold on. This calls for bear ears. Not on you, Morgan. Come on.
Yeah.
The golden rule? Oh, jeez, all ears, my goodness.
Of course I have. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Wrong. Treat others how they would want to be treated. He wanted someone that he could vent to. He wanted someone to pay attention to him, and he wanted to feel appreciated. Which means he'd be eager to help, given the chance.
Even just reading someone's mood is quite difficult.
I am absolutely horrendous at that. Woo!
How can you know what another person wants to be treated?
There are no mind readers. No one can ever know anything about what anyone's thinking. Maybe not even themselves.
Huh. Even with these ears, I'm still not getting you.
Doesn't matter if you're parent, your twin, your lover. It'll always be a gamble.
Oh, you love gambling, right? That is not a very comforting sentiment.
Well, I think it's fun.
Yeah, you have an addiction. Only because you're good at it. How did you get good at it?
Same as anything. Observation and practice.
You must have been observing and practicing for a very long time then.
All's well that ends well, I say. And if that's observation and practice, then so be it.
So we proceed down the hall. Bear left. Look for the fourth door.
I'm gonna open the one that says morgue on it.
Excuse me for a second. Nijika! I'm sorry, it's too scary for me. We have a woman that looks like this, and you're telling me that's not scary? Yeah. We need a Nijika. Just, it'll be fine.
Huh. Oh, hey. Coming in, don't stand out there in the cold, wouldn't be accurate. Sorry about the chillin' here, but I run a little hot. And you can see my roommates never complain.
You know, she can take some bear ears.
Yeah, so if you'll just bear with the chill for a bit.
You see, Morgan? She gets it.
Yeah, I know you guys get it. Yumi Sato, medical examiner. Dr. Sato, just the lady I wanted to see. Though I didn't expect that I'd get to. The fact that they've assigned a medical examiner, not just some Hatter Jr. means. Ah, you can just call me Yumi, and you're Morgan. I represent the deceased. The deceased. Asher D. Wait, really? That's weird. I thought this time slot was scheduled for a group of noble PR people who... I know, weird, right? I guess I heard wrong. Well, what do I know? I was getting tired of hosting Megs anyway. I gotta finish typing out this report before we talk shop. And in the meantime, feel free to make yourself at home.
Absolutely. Get these barriers out of my sight. I can take a look around, like I can read you.
What's this? The hospital's getting renamed? No. I guess it's some other hospital that got snapped up.
Hospital renamed to Ikaria family. Ikaria family? Okay, sure. Recognition of the family's incredibly generous donations. Okay. And they paid for the renovations to the orchestra? Okay, weird. And retrofitting of what used to be known as the Scout Arena. You know, it does remind me of I think I heard a study a while back. Because I like looking at studies. It's a random pastime of mine. It kind of helps with writing too, so makes sense. Listening to good music? Well, good as in more like classical. Classical to pop, not like the heavy stuff. That does help in the healing process in terms of a hospital. Favorite pastime? Speaking of Rube Goldberg. Totally unrelated. You guys, like, heard about shot put? Because it's such a weird sport, you know? Like, it's an Olympic sport, but nobody really does it. It's kind of like pole vaulting, you know? Like, when's the last time you see somebody pole vaulting in public? Like, somebody's got to do it for their job, but, like, you're not making any money off it, so it's really weird. Airframes are so cool, man. I know, right? It's the last time you saw some at the library. Oh, yeah. You know, I haven't been to the library in forever, so, you know, maybe I should go, you know? Apparently, they've got some help desks. You can get somebody to help. It's very convenient. Kind of like a convenience store, you know? Weird. Anyway, the business rival. Oh, criticism involvement, organized crime. Yeah, duh. Renegade medical. Crime moved out of the business. Red decade labeled House Ikaria. Okay. Find out the rest of your article. Character, it's hard work. No thanks.
Ikaria. Guess they weren't always on the same line of work. Now they're plastering their name wherever they get themselves healthcare monopoly. New image. Yay! You see, I can read the article, or at least skim through it. Oh, the neo-nobility are eager to prop up their image whenever they can. But this must go double for the Ikarias. Assuming the truth about their criminal past is anywhere close to the rumors. Wow, how absolutely lovely. Let's look at what in the world's going on here. That's a lot of screens. There's gotta be diminishing returns on productivity.
Why do you have so many monitors, ma'am?
You can't just ask someone that.
I don't know why you couldn't. Here, ask me that.
Good question. Every quarter when they do inventory and budgeting, they ask me if I need anything. And I never do, so I submit a blank form. But I guess a while back, there was a +1 in a spreadsheet somewhere and no one's ever corrected it, and so boom, I get 4 new monitors every year.
Do you run out of things to use them for?
Sometimes. This year I started running 2 dramas at once when I'm doing rote work, which helps. And watching 2 television shows at the same time when you do work helps you to do rote work. Helps me use up the screens.
I see.
Great. Absolutely lovely. Let's look over here.
Are these all dead bodies?
That's the question you don't want to ask. You don't want to just go over and be like,
Huh. Is this a dead body?
you know, I think that's bad. you know.
One would hope so.
Welcome to the morgue. You're alive here. Ugh. I mean, it might as well be a horror flick. Come on.
Adonai, what was that ding dong dong ding sound about?
Oh, don't worry about it, Sarah. It's just a show I like to watch on television. Seems like a different morgue's got a few extra files of paperwork they need to fill out.
I only meant that I'm surprised to see them stored here. It suggests a backlog, which suggests a higher murder rate than the public data would lead one to expect.
Do you only examine bodies for the police, Doctor?
Huh? Oh, I wish.
Nah, most of my job involves confirming COD on natural deaths for insurance adjustments. Insurers want to blame the mod for failing. Lawmakers want to blame the stiff for not exercising enough. Ugh. Family says the company insurance plan would pay for mods, but not a gym membership. Yeah, that whole wall there. Suspected defective liver mods. Suspected leaking internal biobatteries. Suspected CCIC. CCIC. Climate change induced complications. Even I could tell that blue-haired girl's a traitor. Tries too hard to blend into the background that she sticks out like a sore thumb.
Wow, Adonai, why do you even watch these dramas?
Ugh. Helps me file the paperwork at the end of these. Oh, I hate to see a new episode being spoiled.
Are you spoiling it for yourself?
That's besides the point, Sarah.
So you just watch them to fill the time?
Exactly. It's something that you turn on so that you don't bother.
Huh. That's a weird concept, Adonai.
You can prove that climate change contributed to an otherwise natural death? Very, very rarely.
If it can be proved, what does that mean for the family of the deceased?
Plus or minus 14% on the life insurance payout.
That can be a lot for some people, alright?
I mean, it's most of what I do, and I don't dislike my job, it's just... so much of what I do boils down to telling a bunch of cheapskates how to split a dead man's bill. It's enough to make homicide feel like a breath of fresh air. She's finished showing up over there. Right, okay, so what's up? Thanks for your time, Dr. Sato. My first question would be...
What was the cause of death?
Oh wow, hi there, cute android. Didn't even realize it was...
Huh?
Really cute. The skin is... That's remarkable. Even just looking close, you can tell they really are warm.
No, well, it sucks. I know I'm warm, that's kinda cute, you know?
Still not quite human body temperature. They've come a long way. The early gens all looked flushed, like they were always running a fever, and they ran like it too. Even 2 years ago, the average warm android only lasted... Sorry. The circumstances surrounding this particular case call for expediency. Right. So what can I tell you?
Yeah, I told you, the cause of death. Cutie ain't a cutie for no reason. It's to get you to open up, you centipede, my goodness.
Are you able to determine the cause of death? Well, cause of death. Sure, we got that much figured out at least. Why doesn't that sound particularly reassuring? Dr. Asher died of respiratory failure. Not enough oxygen in the blood, not enough blood going to the brain. Root cause being widespread depression of the central nervous system. What would the symptoms be? What would it have looked like? Lightheadedness, followed by dizziness.
Then headaches, slurred speech, exhaustion, loss of consciousness, and finally respiratory arrest.
Sorry, this is blocking. It's blocking it. I can't have that happening. My little cutie can't be blocked. Not ever or ever.
Report shows that the EMTs tried intubation, but then had to resort to resuscitation through electrical stimulation repeatedly. By the time we got to the emergency room, they were desperate enough to attempt direct artificial blood oxygenation, but it was already too late.
Huh. And you're certain of all this?
Well, most of it, sweetie. Most of it? Yeah, it's turned into quite the puzzle, and I'm used to having more pieces to start with. I'm surprised a man as rich and famous as him didn't have any kind of biomes. What do you mean biomes? Biomes? What do you mean biomes? Where do I even find biomes? I don't know, man. In the beasts?
Nah, who cares? It's fine.
And I keep hearing this music that goes oh.
Is that part of the show too? Yes, Sarah. Indeed it is. I'm glad you can pick up on something like that, even without your barriers properly installed on you.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about that. Let me just take them from you.
Aw, anything for a cutie like you, sweetie. He wasn't a viable candidate for modding. Yeah, that's right. Without a doubt, without that kind of first-hand tech, we don't have nearly as much data as we'd like. But he was extensively monitored. From the moment the EMTs arrived, we're very certain about our conclusion.
Aw. I heard that loud and clear.
Did you find anything else unusual about his body in your examination? Cuts or bruises? No injection sites, nothing in any cavities. Nothing at all, huh?
Just in case. The timeline can get barriers for a time. It doesn't matter that much. That can be a triangle, because I'm bad at drawing a circle right now. How about the toxics?
The police mentioned a tox screen. Yeah, that's the thing. They ran a tox screen when he first tried. Typical diagnostic intake procedure. Based on the emergency call, they figured he must have overdosed or something. But the tox screen gave him nothing.
No, curious, what?
After he died, we performed the broadest screenings possible. Nothing. So you were forced to conclude this was a natural death? I didn't give up that easy. I took blood samples and compared their makeup with what was on record from his previous medical history, and I managed to isolate a single non-naturally occurring chemical compound that wasn't there before. What was it? Some exotic toxic from a different hemisphere? I wish. I ran it through every available database we have access to. And even a few I only sort of have access to through some friends. Not only does it not match any known poison, it doesn't match the chemical makeup of any registered compound. Aww. So, a designer drug, huh? That seems to be the best explanation. What did you do, David?
You said that it didn't matter any registered compound. What about compounds that aren't registered?
Well, yeah, I'm sure it matches that. That's 100% of everything, Sarah.
Those friends of yours, private sector folks? Yeah, and pharmaceuticals. If one of them patented a new compound, a new drug, what would keep its formula from going on the record? In the private sector, intellectual piracy is the norm. So you're expected to protect your research aggressively. Patent first, find a use later? Yeah. Patent would have to at least describe your compound in brief, but depending on what country you file in, I heard it may be considered prudent to keep the actual chemical makeup off the record.
Interesting. They're matching. They match their thinking poses. It's adorable. Cute.
Oh, Morgan, you wanted to wear that?
Absolutely not.
Smart, using international IP law as your own personal minefield.
How so?
Whenever you're ahead, patent as much as you can, as fast as you can. But bury the formulae so no one knows where it's safe to walk. Anybody small and ambitious comes along, finds a new drug they're excited about, you flip up your card, let them know you came up with the idea years ago. In that, you'll give them death by 1,000 court dates if they so much as blink.
Scary.
Wouldn't work on anyone your size or bigger, and they would punch back. And for the rest of the field, wow, you corporate lawyers are scary. I'm not a corporate lawyer.
So you came up with that strategy just now. So it's possible that this poison is actually a known substance? Something that the hospital could have easily identified.
If it wasn't considered a trade secret.
Was this that one? It doesn't matter, we make another one. Trade secrets. You don't get to know this one, huh? That's supposed to be a question mark, by the way. Inside the circle.
Yes, unfortunately, that is a possibility. Still, just because the drug is new doesn't mean it's original.
Does the effect of that compound, does the compound have to remind you of any other drugs? Maybe one that's prescription only, or a controlled substance. Maybe you might know by another name, but with a patented structure.
Sorry, sweetheart. It's a general depressant. There are a lot of drugs that have that effect on the body, and they come in all shapes and sizes from all kinds of places. Even drugs that give you barriers.
Wait, so I don't have to keep wearing this one?
Yeah, sweetie.
Well, for an android like you just have to mod it on you.
Maybe war models are different these days. I'd be surprised, though. Just as surprised as climate change murder. If the effect was unremarkable, what about its strength? Could you estimate how much of the stuff had been in his body all told? Not precisely, no. Not without detailed knowledge on its half-life, but I'd guess it must have been about 20 milligrams.
That's kind of tiny.
Is 20 milligrams a lot?
Not for a medicine. So this wasn't just an overdose of something relatively harmless, then? Nah, not if 20 mil was enough to crash his entire nervous system. Thank you, Yumi.
Why'd we cut the music for this?
Of course, so... You ready to view the body? We could skip it if you want. I know most people get squeamish around corpses.
I got just a tad bit feeling that Morgan's A-okay around them.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Why are we doing this again? Sorry. It's one of these. I don't know what it means yet, okay? Why are we going into script writing? We're back to day again. It makes sense for this time. It's weird. But the fact that we say shouldn't be a problem there, ugh. Because that relates to the other things. So how does good morning relate to it? Or look like insect. Oh my god. So many questions, not enough answers.
Okay then, let's get started.
Let's look at a dead body.
Alright, I'll just step out for a moment to give you some privacy. Yes, please. Thank you. Last time we talked was on a Sunday. You were complaining, I remember that. It's the principle of the matter, right? You had ordered this cheap piece of junk sculpture or something by mistake, and it came damaged and you wanted to send it back for a refund. Didn't remind you how with your salary it was literally not worth your time. And I kindly offered to throw it out for you since you're having so much trouble letting it go. You're only offering because you want to see how loud it sounds shattering at the bottom of my trash can. I needn't remind him about all the barriers stored there. I needn't listen, he always says. I'm listening fine enough as is. Even on his lonesome, he never recommended himself that drug to give himself barriers. Modding was never a possibility for him. Brought it up rarely, but on occasion. Barriers, I tell ya. Dumbest thing in the world. I'd rather just get hearing aids. He never got those aids. Never needed them, really. It was a mental thing. That aside, I denied that statue. That statue's noise. Even though it was right, it would be obvious. I should have let you have that one, along with all the other random arguments we bickered about.
I thought that he would look different.
Huh?
But he looks exactly the same as I remember. His skin is pale and he's very still. His face is the same. His hair, his hands.
You're expecting something more drastic?
The last time I saw him, he was alive. He smiled, he told me he would see me soon. Now he is dead. Something is gone. And I can't find the difference. Oh, how sad.
Give you head pats. Head rubbies.
I'm trying to look harder, but I think I might just not be capable of it. And I wonder why. Why I was created to not be capable.
Huh. Could be an issue of skill. Or maybe it's not something that can be seen, no matter how hard you look. But it's there, I guarantee it. Seen the transition enough times to be sure that between life and death, the distinction has significance. To the dead, at the very least.
You're gonna smoke? Here? Now?
I'll pay the fine.
Sorry, last time she did this, it was related to the prologue. Relating to the prologue, now with an extra steel chair. My goodness. It's this current chapter. My goodness. I'm running out of space on my down the line, my goodness. The way Morgan said skill issue plus a ratio. My goodness. You beat the game already. Sorry. I like savoring good things.
That's not the issue.
Were you expecting me to fall to pieces? Real boys grieve in all kinds of ways, Pinocchio.
He's so cute with the pouting.
And some don't grieve at all, it seems.
I'm a cold woman, sorry to disappoint.
That's just the chill.
Not with this cigar. Huh? What? I want this thing light.
Hadn't I? You have your cigarette backwards.
Why are we doing this again? Every single time. I'm running out of space. Every single time. Now that relates. Again? My goodness. I don't know what it means. Giving you access to the heartbreak killing against Scott. Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. There's a little bit of curiosity to be had there. But they do those for a reason. I know it. We saw it last time. What is the reason, though?
Alright, that's back to gold storage for him, so need anything else? Can you send me the chemical makeup of that compound you isolated? Sure, for what it's worth, just let me... It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen with hexagonal structures. So it's organic. There's a number of metallic elements too. If you had to speculate on its intended use, based on what we know of its structure, well, it certainly acted like a depressant, binding to receptor pathways and affecting the balance of neurotransmitter reuptake. Depressants are pretty rare in the designer drug scene. True, People are always looking for a higher high or a crazier trip. But a more powerful depressant will just make you fall asleep. Not much need to hit up the gray market for that kind of experience.
Yay, I love falling asleep! I do it every day!
No, there's not. I see. Thanks again, you've been extremely helpful during a very difficult time. Hey, anything you need, give me a ring. Not literally, though. I'm not getting married anytime soon. That's very Rockford's orders. Orders have got me on call, so I'm ready to get it. I'm already getting overtime for the whole weekend. Glad to hear it. Goodbye, Yumi. And goodbye to you, Greenie. My name is Sarah. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
I'm curious. Who's Seto?
Silly.
Oh, hey, we're going through these again. How lovely. We're doing on time. I can go a little bit longer, I think.
Up on ramps and down off ramps.
Hold on, this relates. Hold on. How did I do it before? Doesn't matter. You can go this blue, sure. And now I can put you here. Now I can draw a line all the way from here to over there. Perfect. Because this is going to replicate that first scene where we had this sort of thing happen when we were in the car with Jess and we were taking notes. But do we have something different happen here? Who knows? I'd like there to be.
Up on ramps and down off ramps. Above skywalks and under tram lines. Buildings get progressively more polished as we head into the most economically developed part of the city. Corporate territory. National headquarters for the likes of Howe Industries. Lock On. Tethys. Ninth. Each of them sheltering their own micro-city of employee accommodations beneath their skyscraper shadows. Whaleful. The entirety of the ocean floor coming together to feast and grow and live. Live off the fetid or rotting fat of the leviathans that swallow generations of people by the mouthful.
This scares me. I need my barriers back.
Weight is commonly listed, and my weight is... Do I really have to disclose that?
Sarah, sweetie, no you don't.
Noble lays claim to one of the largest shadows in the city. A towering nerve center for the whole nation's android industry. It's meant to be intimidating, I'm sure. But today, I'm glad that Noble keeps such a sizable physical presence here. I need answers about David and his work on Sarah. Answers I'd never get browsing the company website or speaking to a representative.
Synopsis. Relationships. There are typically trivia sections as well. Should I start there?
Noble will have their guard up, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, who they let me talk to.
History. Trivia would be easiest to start with. Likes bear ears. That's a good one.
Their effort at performative transparency and clumsy obfuscation, well,
how did you know my father?
What?
I'm sorry, did I interrupt your brooding? Maybe you need some barriers for a change. I hear you can get them attached just through a chemical compound these days.
I'm not looking to get a mod.
But it's not a mod.
It's close enough. Anyway, I don't really know your father. What did you ask? I mean, wait, what?
My father. I know you were his friend, but what was your relationship like?
I'm sorry, I'm blocking Sarah. How mean of me.
Can't you just scroll through our socials?
Father avoided social media. And your online presence is...
She's actually searching it.
Not significant. What's this about cats? Would you prefer cat ears?
Not in the slightest. Are you saying I didn't have enough followers?
Essentially.
Oh. We went to the same college.
You studied programming?
No, I studied all kinds of different things as an undergrad, but not technology.
Is that a good way to prepare for law school?
I wasn't preparing for law school, or anything else, really.
Huh?
David, though, he had talent. And he knew he wanted to do something with it. He studied programming, robotics, discrete math, cybernetics. Social media is likely 90% rate trading.
I like the idea that she just got in so many arguments and then one day it just kind of stopped. Like, that was her pleasurable stress relief. And then it just wasn't enough. She's searching that higher high. That's when she started killing. And then from there, it just became pictures of cats. And then random, like, takes on politics. And all the takes were just, why do we care about this? There's no reason for people to worry about this. That's what I'd like to think.
What classes did you share then?
Business ethics.
Huh?
I was the second best student I was the second best student in the class, and he
Was the first?
was the one who asked the most questions. I'm not sure about his actual ranking. Found the course challenging, and I clearly didn't, despite being younger. Guess he felt burned. 2027 says, why do we care about this guy?
Don't even know who that is. So yeah, why do we care about him? I agree, Morgan.
I know there's an election going on, but I seriously don't care. Look, guys, just vote about who you like. It doesn't matter. You come up to me after class to argue and sometimes to ask for help.
Father always talked about socializing like it was a chore. It was kind of you to give him a chance.
What, like I was some kind of social butterfly? The belle of the ball?
You weren't?
I don't care for Trump. Oh, I just hope we all die soon.
That's such a Morgan thing to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm just glad I get to have work in this line of work. Oh, sorry. It seems I have a job to do. Some new dude died on the block. I don't care about that either.
Don't look at me like that, Morgan.
One Sunday night, he knocked on my door all panicked, saying he was in bad shape for this tech course. There's a midterm or something the next day. I couldn't make heads or tails of the material, but I did my best to at least quiz him. He wasn't satisfied, though, wanted to cram the rest of the night.
Father had to cram for an undergrad midterm?
Did I say something scandalous? Honestly, I didn't care either way.
He's been called the founder of modern programming.
Yeah, well, even founder types can have poor time management when they're 21.
Ugh, ain't that the truth?
He was already fried by that point. It wasn't hard to tell he was really asking for. So I went and stole a study aid for him.
You stole a controlled substance just to help him while studying?
No, that'd be insane. No, I just pocketed some breath mints from the common room. Ain't that right, Spearmint?
I'm Sarah.
Told him to pinch his nose and swallow fast, because the taste is so strong.
You gave him a placebo.
Yeah, I love placebos! Remember, nocebos are the opposite. Things that are worse.
He already knew the content. As good as he ever would. What he needed was to sleep. He could barely keep his eyes open by the time I got back from my daring heist. Didn't take much convincing for him to rest his eyes just until it kicked in.
You're one smooth talker.
And the test?
B+, I think.
I'm surprised that Father stayed close with you after that.
No, it's fine.
You stole and lied to him.
I stole and lied for him, and David understood that. He was good at understanding things without me having to spell them out.
So, like, you would spell things out for his studying?
Like, yeah, I told him all the material, like PLACEBO. No, not that type of spelling them out. David had media literacy. Spell them out, I tell ya. And I guess it's not. That's not the kind of thing that gets passed down through programming. You little cutie. Anyway, we kept in touch after that. First year of grad school, he published this paper.
The Turing Solution, a framework for programming adaptive linguistic heuristics.
One of his adversaries came up with that title. David thought it was way too cocky and a little too thematic for his media literacy class. With all the little rhyming parts and all. Way it flows off the tongue.
But it still hasn't failed any Turing tests in the years since.
Don't act like you're the one who deserves credit for it. He called me one weekend asking for advice on how to handle all the attention. Job offers, interviews, apprenticeships, invitations to immigrate.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember telling him anything, actually. A lot of our conversations went like that. I'm back to brooding again. Don't interrupt me, Sarah.
But I like interrupting brooding.
He would talk to me about whatever personal or professional problem was stuck in his head that day, and I would nod while he wore himself out. And at the end of the conversation, he'd thank me, even though I hadn't offered a single word of advice. Hold on, I'd just like to add a little circle down here, just in case. Just in case we get something interesting with all this Turing stuff. He took Noble's offer and they took over his education, paid him to work on his master's during the day and attend corporate training at night. And what else Noble may be, they were smart enough to start listening to him early.
You are referring to his one-point doctrine.
Quality over quantity.
Simple and elegant, just like his code.
Simple and elegant, but anathema to a global corporation with supply chains designed for maximum capacity and just-in-time manufacturing.
Was I made just in time?
Probably before your time. But obviously, they got over this distaste fast enough. In the span of a few years, Noble's gone from making manual labor ads for meager profit to being the world leader in intelligence as a service. Even as he was making money hand over fist, he still kept in contact with a nobody like me. I moved to the city for my apprenticeship. He helped me put a down payment on my apartment, then made up excuses as to why he couldn't help me move boxes.
Huh.
So, is that enough detail for you? I'm thoroughly convinced that he and I were, in fact, friends.
I am. But Adonai, the favor that I owe him, what was it for?
That's private, understand? I have zero interest in talking about it with you.
Huh.
Say you understand.
I understand, Adonai.
If she had barriers on, this is the point she'd take them off.
We will be arriving shortly. Shall I send word ahead?
Just tell him that David's lawyer is here. Yay! Lawyer, oh. 2:49 p.m. The Noble Electronics Northeastern HQ. The sub-lobby A8. Looks about the same as last one. How are you doing on time? Exactly 3 hours. My goodness. That is honestly a real good time. Round of applause to me. Wow. I am doing everything to a T on time. How lovely. We have how many chips to gamble? 39. I'm so gonna gamble later. You have my word. I'm gambling later. Episode 1, no.
No, I just can't stream forever, you know? I can only stream for as long as I can stream. And honestly, I'm lightheaded. Because you can. Don't know about that one. Here's kept us going. You gotta love the bears, I tell you. Well, I don't have anything else. I don't even have housekeeping, my goodness. Yeah, we should be going, unlike a few of the last times. I believe tomorrow should be a fine time to stream, so I will see you back there, then. Do I have anything else to say? Not really. Yes! I thank you all for watching, and I do hope to see you then. I really do appreciate it. It's so nice just to have people here, you know? It's great. And the barriers, man, that's so good. Just having that sort of content. That's the type of thing I like, you know? Things that aren't the game. Anyone can have the game, right? I am having to compete with, you know, all these, like, no commentary playthroughs for all these things, so. All these games. So I have to figure out how to compete with them somehow. And today, barriers. Yes, anyway. I thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye.